Always great catching up with our next guest, Bradon Royval, who's taking on another Bradon Moreno, coming up here at UFC 255 on November 21st. I'm sure no one's made that comparison. Hey, Bradon, how's it going?
Yeah, it's always like the battle of the Brandons, right?
Yeah. No, for sure. Well, congratulations. I was telling you off air, this is a huge opportunity in just, a couple fights in the UFC, but well-deserved after that last win over Kaya Kara France, I always butchered that. How excited were you when you found out you'd be fighting him?
I was super excited, man. I was super excited, and then reality sets in, and you're like, oh, I'm fighting Bradon Moreno. I better fucking get ready. Like, I better have a lot of stuff to prepare for and practice for and all that good stuff, man. So I was excited, but it went from one job to the next, man. I found out pretty much a couple of days after the fight on Fight Island, and and then I was stuck on Fight Island for the next 3 weeks, knowing I had to fight a beast. So I was just trying to get ready as much as I can down there without my team.
I know Alex Perez was supposed to fight Moreno initially, right? And then he ended up getting the title shot with obviously Cody Garbrandt being out. I know you trained with him briefly. Did you touch base with him at all just because he was preparing for him?
No, not really. Just kind of touch base on the congratulations, and he has a big fight in front of him. So just the kind of congratulations, and hope you have an easy weight cut and all that stuff, and just kind of kept it light,
Well, that's what's interesting about this fight is that it's on the same card as the title fight as well. Has that crossed your mind that, hey, if something happens in the main event to Alex, I mean, hopefully not, you could potentially step in there?
Yeah, I was definitely thinking about just making 125 exactly, no matter what happens. I know, as soon as I hit 126, I'm going to want to quit cutting. So, and I'm sure they're going to be professional and make weight for sure. So, but I think it's smart to just make 125 and just let people know that I'm ready, and let it be known that if anything happens, I'm right there to jump in. But I'm sure Bradon Moreno is going to do the same thing, and he's right there. He definitely deserves the title shot over me right now. So
for sure, yeah. You just never know with circumstances. We'll see what happens. It's probably a long shot, but got to bring it up anyways.
It's definitely something that went through my head.
Yeah, no, for sure. Now you and Brandon have the same manager. I know obviously management doesn't play a huge role in fight books and stuff, but has Jason talked to you about that and said, hey, look, we'll just try and stay out of this one? Or maybe he's because I know it can get a bit weird when you have two fighters under the same management group. I know you had that with Tim Elliott, but obviously Brandon's someone I think that's been with Jason for a while.
No, not necessarily anything that we discussed or anything. It played a role in me getting the fight, actually. So that's where it kind of did play the role of all that is Jason's over here getting all these deals done from the side, and I can hear him, and I'm on Fight Island with him. I kind of see him getting all these deals done and seeing everything shipped around to Alex Perez getting that title shot, and I'm like, oh, so Bradon Moreno is free on opponent kind of thing, and I got to kind of sneak in that way because the moment Bradon Moreno needed an opponent, I'm right there and right next to Jason, literally, and just throwing my name in the bucket, and as soon as he got wind of that, he asked McMaynard, and McMaynard was all about it. So it was just great circumstances, man, and having that manager and having him that actually has another flyweight or a couple other flyweights got me that fight. So it worked out perfectly.
We know Bradon Moreno is going to stand and bang with you. I mean, that's what he's known for. It's always an exciting fight, and same thing with you. I mean, you're an action fighter as well. How do you look at this from a style perspective in terms of the matchup?
Oh, as as terms of matchup and a style perspective, this is gonna be a crazy fight for sure. I don't want it to be when I think about it, I'm I hope I just whoop his ass. But Bradon Moreno is so tough. He's gonna be there all three of those rounds, and it's gonna be one of those he's gonna be hard to put away, and I know he's not putting me away. So just the fact of that, I'm ready to fight 15 minutes. It's just a full on scrap. But I want to be smart, man. I want to be smart in this fight. I think I have advantage. I think I'm the smarter striker, and I think I'm the better, crisper striker on the feet. There's no reason for me to get into a brawl with him. But, I get hit, go forward, and sometimes it ends up being a brawl. So I want to say I'm just going to pick him apart, but I get hit, and then I just end up fighting. So who knows, man?
Go on, sort of, autopilot, as they say. Training camp, who have you...
Yeah, which I want to avoid, man. That's an immaturity thing, So it's something I definitely want to avoid in the fight. I think that if I stay very technical, this should just be a one-sided fight. But, sometimes you hit that autopilot.
Who have you mainly worked with for this camp in terms of training partners?
I have a training partner for the last two camps. I worked with him perfectly. His name's Clay. Clay's amazing, man. Clay Matza. You'll see him in the next few years. He's 35 or just coming up and making a name for himself. But I worked with him a lot, man. The last two fights, he's been great. And he does something cool, and like it's always cool. Like I haven't been able to not have a fight camp for so long that I've just been getting ready for the next fight. But when your teammates have fights, you get to act like some of the UFC fighters or some of the any of the other fighters. You know, that's one of the best part about like training and being MMA fighters. I can like act like someone else for a couple of weeks and just try to like imitate that style. That was like some of the best times, and like I think like in progression that I had is when Joe Warren was fighting like Galbao or like Dudo or whoever he was fighting. I got to be those opponents, you know, and I got to act like him. And I think it made major progressions in my style, and it like added like another little thing that I can take away. But he does that for me left and right, man. And he's a big MMA nerd, so he studies all my opponents and all that. And I don't know, man. I couldn't have done this fight camp with the last 2 fight camps without him, man.
He's a secret weapon. That sounds cool. I'll be checking him out for sure.
Man. Yeah. He's a secret weapon, man. He could be a coach one day because he's just so intelligent, and like it's great to have a guy like that on your team, you know.
How cool is it seeing Alex Hernandez get that win a couple weeks ago?
Oh, it was so cool, man. I'm gonna be riding that high with him for sure, man. That was so cool. He just walked right through that guy, and that was a dude that like when we talked about it, we're like, all right, let's not like blow our wad on this guy because he's not gonna be easy to put away. And he went out there and just fucking put him away right off the bat, man. No problem, no issues. He looked great out there, man. He looked like a technician. He was setting things up, and he was just trap setting from the very beginning of the fight.
Who's going to be in your corner for this fight?
Alex Hernandez, Busy, my coach Mario Correa, and Mark Montoya.
Awesome. And how's the weight cut going? I forgot to ask that. Everything going A-okay?
It's going A-okay on Fight Island, man. So I like get this fight, and then I'm on Fight Island, and they have like all you can eat buffet out there, and so I lost a little bit of control on Fight Island, but I got it back in, and we're ready to make weight now. So
good to hear.
Right back on track. But I definitely like the 2 weeks after the fight, I was just eating everything, man. It was so good.
I mean, when are you going to go to Fight Island again? I mean, yeah, it's one of those things. Like you never know if you'll get to be back there and enjoy that type of experience, right? So I don't blame you, man.
Yeah, I enjoyed every little bit of it.
Good stuff. How's this fight playing out on the 21st? You feel like you're going to get your hand raised, but how do you envision it playing out?
I want to just show a different part of me. For me, it's like about showing this progression that I've been making, and not like making like huge leaps and bounds in between these fights because I only had like a month to prepare for this fight. But just the progression I've made as like being cage experience and stuff is like I don't think anybody's ever really got to see like my true potential or skill. And I know a lot of fighters feel like that, but in this case, I do feel like a little bit the same. It's just I'm a technician, I'm a technical fighter, and I could be a technical fighter, and I can go against there and pick apart some of these fighters in the flyweight division. Just because I don't necessarily choose to do that, sometimes I like walking forward and throwing hands, but that's a little bit of like just I don't know, man. This is gonna be my second fight in like 2 months or whatever it is, you know, and third fight in 6 months and 4 fights in a year. I'm getting a little bit of this experience, and I'm getting more and more relaxed when I'm in the cage, and this is another great opportunity just to I'm pretty much back at home, you know what I'm saying, and this is becoming home to me, and I can just relax in there and let my hands go and just be smart out there and not necessarily get into a war or a brawl. So hopefully it's just a different side of me is really what I want to show, you know. It's
going to bring the best out of you, kind of, is what you're saying too, as well. So
yeah, and that's another thing is just a great opponent always just will bring the best out of you, and I have a hungry Bradon Moreno, man. Bradon Moreno got passed up for the title twice on one card. How bad does he want to whoop my ass? You know what I'm saying? And I get it, man. I have a hungry Bradon Moreno in front of me, and that's gonna, I don't know, make me better for sure.
Have you been told the implications of your fight coming up here? Like, if you win, does the winner of this get the winner of Perez and Figueroa? Like, is that something that's been discussed or no?
I think Garbrandt gets the automatic title shot is kind of what I'm hearing. So I don't really know what goes on next. That would really suck if Bradon Moreno got the win and he got blackballed on that. But that being said, is like I think if I win, I'm probably gonna have to get another fight before the title for sure. And I think Moreno, if he beats me, he should get the title shot. But I think Garbrandt kind of sneaks in. But I want to, if I go in there and impress people, I have an impressive win. I see there's no reason why I shouldn't get the next title shot or be in the talk for it. Or either way, I'm getting ready. If Garbrandt gets the next title shot, he hasn't made 125 yet. There's no harm in me getting ready and staying 125 and getting ready for that next fight. You know.
We're looking forward to it, man. November 21st, UFC 255. I can't wait for this card. It's not getting a lot of love, but it really should. There's 2 title fights on there. There's a lot of good fights, including yours as well. Yeah. Brandon, always appreciate the time, man. Just remind people where they can find you on social media, and if you got any sponsors or shout-outs, the floor is yours.
Yeah. Brandon Royval everywhere. Yeah, be Royval or Brandon Royval anywhere. And then I want to thank EP Glass, man. Changed my life, made my life so much better. A glass company in Colorado, man. Couldn't appreciate anything they do anymore. But thank you for your time, brother. I appreciate you.